doing? It's Mac from Carnacalistics, where we learn together and we grow together in the sight of God. So today I want to talk about following your bliss. Now, I'm here in my car, and this has always brought me my bliss. I manifested this car and my life because I followed my bliss. Now, most of us, as we grow up, when we're younger, you hear mother or father say to us, you know what, you got to go to university, go to school, get educated, which is all important, but then they say you got to get a really good job. They said you got to work in either IT or in be a doctor or a lawyer, or any of those types of so-called established establishments. Now, there's nothing wrong with that if that's your dream. Now, when you're not following your bliss, you following someone else's bliss, because they never had the opportunity. And I heard many times, even my own dad used to say, I came to this country and I had nothing, and now you have got everything. But he's defining my life by his life. Now, parents, even with myself, I try not to try and say to my two boys, that you need to achieve the things I never achieved. I always say, go out and find your bliss. Find out what you want to do. If you want to go and be a goat herder, or you want to go out and be, I don't know, a farmer, or you want to go and be a road sweeper. I was a road sweeper for about 6 months, and it's a tough job, and people always turn around and think like, that's the lowest of the low. They get paid quite kind of well. That's not what's important. It's about finding your bliss. I needed to do these roles in order to secure payment or money to raise my kids. But when I did begun to find my bliss, when I started to look at what it is that I wanted to do, what I wanted to be, and I always say, what do I want to be when I grow up? Even today, I say, what is it I want to do when I grow up? Because we always get into a childlike state, is where we want other people to tell us what's right and what's wrong, and what way we should be going. For me, I turn to certain people and say, I need your advice. I kind of know what I need to do, but I just kind of like need to kick up the rear, really, to see if what I'm seeing is like, what does it resonate with you, or is it any other way? And normally it kind of works out just right, that without me telling them what I want to do, or what I think I want to do, or feel what I should do, they normally say, well, look at your pros and cons. But when I followed my bliss intently with my heart, my soul, my spirit, I manifest so much. My best friend, Denise, she's a part of my manifestation of really finding out who I was when I was in a dark place, and I just came out of hospital. We lost kind of contact, really, and then probably about a year and a half later, we made contact again, just by chance. But we've never had a conversation, oh, you weren't around. We just had the conversation, said, well, you know what, we were just going down different paths, and now we're just grateful that we are together again. And the other manifestation, obviously, is my partner, my fiance. You know, I was in a darker place and dating many strange people, and I know what I was manifesting was what I was manifesting because where I was at. So I changed the way I was in myself. I looked at myself and started to unfold and looked at what made me happy. I started going bowling, for example. I started going to play golf. I started to go out in the evenings for drinks, or go for drives, or just sit by the river, or go to the coast on my own sometimes, just because I wanted to. And that's what manifested my life to shift. Now, you get many people who have been told, like, you need to be a certain way, and when you get into relationships, one of them always tries to make you, not always, live their life or how they deemed their relationship should be. Now, if you truly love somebody, you would allow them to be who they were gonna be, who they're gonna be. Now, you allow them to go out and do the job they want to do, but just support them in what they want to do. If they want to go somewhere, you will support them. Too many times we find in relationships and friendships that we try to make it a one-way street, and I can guarantee you it doesn't always work, and in fact it won't work, because someone will then get fed up and will walk away. So the reality is like they say compromise. I don't really believe in compromise. If you're both vibrating on the same level and somebody wants to do something or go somewhere, there's reasonable adjustments. You know, you will go and you will go to the same place. They would want to go, then the other person would go, you know, alternately. I've got this really strange obsession with Stratford-upon-Avon, for example, and Glastonbury, and especially William Shakespeare. Never ever had that before. And when I went to Stratford-upon-Avon, I was besotted with the place. I just loved the place. It's the most kind of like the place I want to go and retire, you know. But it for me, and many people might go, they probably hate the place, they don't like it. That's your experience of it. I've enjoyed going there and going to places like Glastonbury. They're the places where I go when I need to recharge. And so many times when I follow my bliss, and even of a day when I'm working and times are getting hard and it's a rough day, or it's really traumatic and really kind of heavy, I try to look at what I can do on a small scale to make my bliss manifest. So I could go out for drinks with friends or with my partner. I could go and just have a nice meal. I could just sit and watch my best movie, or I can, all my stuff that I do work on or watch is about development anyway. So I've always tried to find what is key in what makes my bliss grow, because I'm fundamentally or always behind people, and when you give, you do burn out, as if you receive, or should I say take. So finding your bliss and doing what you want to do and where you want to be and what you want to achieve is amazing. And I love this part which Joseph Campbell said a story that he was in his famous restaurant, and he said that he was listening to a family, and it was a 12-year-old, and the dad said to the boy, drink your orange juice, your tomato juice, and he said, I don't want to drink it. And then he said in a louder voice, drink your tomato juice. And then he said, I don't want it. And then the mum said, don't make him do what he don't want to do. And the dad responded, well, I always, if he carries on doing what he wants to do, he would never get anywhere in life, and he would just end up dying. And then he goes, I never got anywhere, and this is where I've arrived. But yet he's got his little family. So in reality, his bliss wasn't to be in a family. I wonder what his bliss was. And if he's denying for the fact that he didn't want to, that wasn't his bliss. It's clearly that he was just stuck and done what his family told him. Maybe he wanted to go and travel. Maybe he didn't want to have a family. Maybe he just wanted to be single. I don't know. But we live, and this is a scary bit, we live sometimes, especially as we're growing, other people's expectations of their own, I won't say failures, what they feel was their own bliss, than allowing you to find your bliss. So I would encourage yourself to find out what your bliss is, and if it rings true within your heart and it is a deep-rooted energy, you know what, follow it. full of it. Go to the coast and meditate. Go to a park and meditate. Go to a retreat and meditate. Go and be with friends and just be, if that's what your bliss is. You even go out for a drink or just go out for a nice meal, full of your bliss. So I'll end it on that. You stay blessed, and I'll see you on my next video. Remember, stay strong, stay safe, and namaste, and follow your bliss.